Party doesn't start till you get here. Be the first one here, you can be the last. As long as you're here, we can. Yeah. Hallelujah. Oh, yes. Around it. Or, but do more. There's that. You know what it was in? Yeah. Good God.
Good morning and welcome to UUCCN, Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Central Master. Jerry Foray, and it's my honor to serve as a board trustee. Today's service is led by our minister speaker, Pika Tremble. She's joined by musical director Michael Sansanita. Pika Tremble is a herbalist, homeopath, teacher, preacher, and writer, guided by a deep devotion to the divine decades of existence. Pika Tremble has been an epicenter of knowledge as well as an inspirational teacher, advocate for natural health, with an understanding that we cannot be fully well when our environment is not. It holds central the idea that the pursuit of natural health was hand in hand with the commitment to restoring health. If you are new here, please know that this is a welcoming congregation, spiritual community that supports one another on our spiritual journey. We are people worshiping together from many paths, from brave, curious, and compassionate thinkers and doers. We are here to help one another do the difficult work of seeking meaning, acting for justice, living with integrity, and walking with one another in love. We hope that this hour set apart from daily concerns will renew our spirits, strengthen our love for one another, and embolden us to bring reconciliation wherever we find division. Good to be together.
Good morning. My name is Elizabeth Gonzalez, and I'm the chair of the Worship Arts. For today's challenge title, Words Fighting in Christ. The persistent flame. Even as the days grow shorter, and our homes shrink smaller, and our wicks burn lower, and our will to endure flickers, we like this challenge to kindle a flame of warmth as a reminder of the connection that draws us in to a community that opens us up. In gratitude for the breath in our lungs, the love in our hearts, for the gift of this day alive. Now please rise in body or in spirit for our opening song from the 38th morning program. It is our tradition here at UUCCN at every Sunday service to light a candle with the intention of world peace. When I saw that Reverend Keith's sermon topic was about climate change, I thought There can be no effective climate policies without the peace. The climate crisis is about human security, economic security, environmental security, national security, and the very life of the planet. Now, if you will please join me for a responsive reading of our shared Unitarian Universalist values, on the back and side. Love is at the heart of our values. Equity is the value of our inclusive community. Interdependence teaches us that we are all connected. Justice is essential for peace and building a beloved community. Generosity expresses compassion, gratitude, and hope. Pluralism encourages respect for diverse beliefs. Transformation allows us to adapt to an ever-changing world.
Okay, I have some announcements. Please join us following service for Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth is what we call the conversation, fellowship, and sharing of food that follows Sunday service. If it's your first time, Sweet Tooth is on us. If you would like to help with the future Sweet Tooth, please speak to Anita Cotty. UUCCN pumpkin patch is in full. Volunteers are needed to help in the patch with all shifts till October 3rd. Please join us to help. And thank you to all the volunteers who work, organize, and bake for the success of the pumpkin patch. We are actively looking forward to our students. Please see our flyer on the visitors table and share it with anyone who might be interested. Our minister, Reverend Peter Thomas, will have office hours on Tuesday, November 18th. All are welcome to the conversation. November Book Club meets on Thursday, November 20th. The book is Unbuilt Walls, Why Immigrant Justice Leads Abolition. Friday, October 31st at 6 p.m. We will be having a Halloween costume party. Everyone should bring a dish to share. Costumes are optional. All are invited. Just want to have a fun evening. Concerned citizens for immigrant justice will meet at service in Friends Hall on October 26th, 12:30. One thing that makes UUCCN special is the volunteering of our members, helping with Sunday service, religious education, office work, cleanup, Sweet Tooth, and the other tasks are a way to give back to this community, build relationships, and find purpose. If you would like to help, please speak to me or another board member. That's it for announcements. Then go right into our offering and thanks. It's time for our offering and thanksgiving. Thank you for your support of UUCCN. Your pledges, donations, and volunteering sustains our congregation as we are 100% dependent upon our members, friends, and guests. Please give today when the ushers pass the collection plate. Or you can use a credit card on our website, uuccn.org. One of our traditions is to share our Sunday collection plate with another organization whose work aligns with our values and principles. For the month of October, We are supporting World Central 2010, Jeff Jose Andres, ready to use his culinary knowledge and talents to help, headed to Haiti following a devastating earthquake. Food is essential to life every single day all over the world, and it is more important than ever in a crisis. Not only is it thoughtful, freshly prepared meals, one less thing someone has to worry about in the wake of disaster. It is a reminder that you are not alone. Someone is thinking about you. You and someone. Food has the power to be the nourishment and hope we need to pick ourselves back up in the darkness. It's the core value that Jose, along with his wife Patricia, used at the center of founding World Central. Please help us with more thank you today. You are giving by check. Please write Share the Plate October on the memo line. If you have suggestions for future Share the Plate candidates, please speak with a board member or email UUCCN@AOL.com. Thank you again. All you do to support this congregation.
UUCCN is a community of people who strive to be welcoming, caring, hospitable, and loving. We know that the spark of our joys can be amplified by the shared other people who are cheering us on, and the weight of the burden of our sorrows can be lightened and shared with those who have committed to our mutual well-being. Now is the time when you may share a joy or a sorrow that is on your heart this morning. Please raise your hand and I will recognize you. that it scares my mom. There's two of them, and one of them is a granddaughter, a grandson actually, and there's an issue where the other grandmother could babysit. Wow, they came to look at my grandson comes here for like 4 hours. I was like, if you think you can handle the baby, and my mom, I can't do it. And my mom is just in like a good mood because there's a baby in the house. It made her feel so much better. She was all like, this baby is so cute. He's just we're taking care of each other, and it really helps. It reminds me of what you mentioned, just in pre-K and pre-K movie center in Queens. It had nursery school for 2 to 4, and also it was a senior center. Having the two different age groups together in the same building, there's some synergy there. May we remember those who have spoken, those they have named, and those who hold in silence in our hearts. The Creator, we pray for all those who are the dust sets in songs of your spirit. Will you fly endless? The exhaustion of your body. Terrifying dread is in deep all horizons, across the earth, that bird, a lone bird of mine, might be darkened, not cease. This is not the murmur of voices, this is the stepfather-like ocean. This is not the hour of hours, this is the undulating wood, paved the music of days. Where is that shore for blossom, foliage? Where is the nest? Where is the a bird or lone bird not stop. There is no fear, no pride of affection, no attraction. There is no expectation is only God. There is no original. There is no floral bed. There are only these. There is this. One is led astray by blind bird, bird.
I want to tell you some relevant stuff. This might be the first song I ever learned in six. And I might have learned it less other songs too before, but I don't remember. And I've never sung in public. My students sang it last year, but I just they sang it. So you probably know part of it. You might even know all of it. Sing as much as you know. Next time you found with your chin on the ground, there's a lot to be learned. So look around. Just what makes that silly old man think he'll move a rubber tree plant? Everyone knows an ant can't move a rubber tree plant. He's got high hopes. He's got high hopes. He's got high apple pie in the sky. So anytime you get low, instead of letting go, just remember that ant. Oops, there goes another rubber tree. Oops, there goes another rubber tree. Oops, there goes another rubber tree. When troubles call and your back's to the wall, there's a lot to be learned. That wall could fall. Once there was a silly old ram, thought he'd punch a hole in the end. No one could make that ram stand. He kept putting that damn horse. He's got high hopes. He's got high hopes. He's got high apple pie in the sky. So anytime you feel bad, instead of feeling sad, just remember that ram. Oops, there goes a million kilowatt. Oops, there goes a million kilowatt. Oops, there goes a million kilowatt. So keep those high hopes. Keep those high hopes. Keep those high apple pie in the sky. Some problems just a toy balloon. They'll be bursting soon. They're just bound to pop. Oops, there goes another problem. Oops, there goes another problem. Oops, there goes another problem.
Today is really needed. I want to start by saying that healing is always happening. I know that's a radical thing to say in a time of so much, but I'll give you an example. If it is just the land, fallow field, vacant lot, abandoned, without further human intervention, become a metaphor for how healing. The surface of the land has been stripped or faded. The first plant into grow without being planted are the ones with shallow roots with runners that will hold it. Next come the fibrous roots, a little deeper into the surface, hold the soil steady against erosion, break up our crust. After this phase, plants with short dandelion. Here and here should come deeper into the ground, minerals up into their aerial part. When these upper parts die back, they begin a process, and this process continues with broader leaves till the top will gradually become rich and at which point other plants spontaneously to appear, which are animals. This is a life process that moves deliberately and incrementally, greater diversity. And our own healing is like this also, an ongoing process. We grow and heal not only because but because it is ongoing. Is the organizing principle of nature works for our benefit. We can only stimulate it, foster it, make room for it with us, remove the obstacles. We're living in a time in which there is a decided emphasis on what is wrong in our bodies. How can almost use about that and it's easy to get all of this because there is a lot. You need to be aware of what but we also, I think, are being called to vision for something without that. Things have been bad throughout. We're very bad. There's similar circumstances. I recently read an article by John how to save the American which he outlined after the 1991. There were many restrictions on it. There was a massive economic inequality. Landscape industry was changed. There was a general media. We're just out of the pen. We're seeing increasing restriction. We definitely have quality. And the landscape of industry in our time in a shape. And who here during the 1990s, people outside the government worked in ways in American liberties and place. Unions, new civil rights, women won the right to vote, African American are British, Renaissance. Those terrible times gave rise very good. Throughout this terrible time, on and on. Only more technological. If you listen to the news in whatever way that we do, you will notice the topic of calling out. For those of us about ecological cases with many years, this is on reflection, come to realize that climate change is not early is about how we live more than
This earth was here billions of years. We are part of the ocean. Currently, the rate of all life, animals, bacteria, fish, birds, insects, is in the hundreds. And this affects we, as part of the living cosmos, resonate with all other beings. We are somehow aware of them. Part of their existence, they are part of ours. We are one whole living experience. Life on earth, billions of years, with these extinctions. Climate change and its repercussions and slow and manifest. But now this culminating moment demands that in different. What are we doing? Might it be that this situation now is the way that we better for the purpose of existence beyond. What is required of us is a movement towards living in alignment. We are wanting our future to begin to plant seeds of culture where everyone has none have too much. Not because government dictates, but because the way that brings us the place of relation. Over the years, I've identified same issue well down. I think I got rightly on this. I know I've spoken about this. We need to choose to slow down, or at least take up the. We have collectively created a world that is out of sync with airplane, deliveries, internet, has become nature. We'll take them out of trees come into blood, according to the sea now. Animals gestate their offspring. How much to them? All of nature expresses a wisdom, set of natural laws that operate in their own. We are not abiding. With the region in which we live, for us, peace. To begin to source what we need from within that region. This is the idea of. There's a beautiful book about bioregional region that was written race, It's a book called Dwellers on the Land. And he writes, the source, meaning of the common insects, birds, mammals. He goes on with ways in which and the third ratio is about how much we use and what. Example of that. Copies have been here for thousands of years with their ability to but when you extract the latex, produce opium, impact. When you extract morphine, heroin from the opium, when you synthesize opioids, then produce fentanyl, created as a
where people die from the smallest amount willingly. Then there's a new one on the horizon, disease, about hunger and fentanyl. The ratio has to do with using form, not taking. Delia Delio, in writing about human consumption, quote, the North American footprint is now about 23% larger than what the Earth can regenerate, so that if everyone around the globe aimed to live the American lifestyle, it would require ability not just under issue, pervades every issue in the world. We need positive visions of the future, even if they seem impossible. And this is where theological questions such as, what is our place on the earth, in the cosmos? What is our purpose? Where are we headed? What are our responsibilities to other creatures and to future generations? Yes, politics is important, and by all means get involved. But if our planet is in peril, politics becomes the lesser issue. Which brings me to the matter of hope. Hope is considered a theological virtue that is concerned with the future. It is not a feeling, and unlike optimism, hope is not based in the assumption that all will work out as we want it to, but that we're willing to live in ways that will meet whatever comes with courage and vision and for the benefit of those who come after us. Hope as the anticipation of the good does not come easily but requires a discipline. We must choose to cultivate hope. It is the highest expression of the human spirit. It is creative. All self-development, ambition, desire, all the plans we make in life are future-oriented and depend on hope. Without a future-oriented vision, we naturally fall into despair, especially in these times. Hope involves a leap into something beyond our known reality, beyond our current life, beyond what we can control, beyond science or even reason. It involves living fully into this time, believing that our small part matters. Just as a seed holds a potential within itself that has a teleological goal, meaning an end point, a specific expression of life, so we are also seeds for the future. At this moment, our efforts might seem ineffectual or dormant or pointless. If the waters of life can shower down on us and awaken the potential to create a new life, the life that is the promise of the future. This requires an embodied hope, not a theoretical construct. We must get our hands into the soil and find our true connection, our interconnection, our relatedness, and our ability to be open-hearted and vulnerable in both the grief and the joy of this earthly life. And humility is called for. Humility, from the same Latin root as humus, means to be close to the soil, literally to be low to the ground. The ground is our sustenance. It is where all of our food and resources come from, whether we acknowledge it or not. So get involved with your community gardens, get involved with your farmers markets. Make it a point to be in nature, away from roads and cars and noise, as often as you can. Let the natural world show you what is most real, where healing is happening all by itself in rivers and streams, in woodlands and in wildlife, in the flight of birds and in the autumn flowers, in the pollinators who visit those flowers, in the trees whose roots grow as deep as their branches grow high, because healing is always happening.
It is well with my soul. Listen a little bit. If you know it sorrows like sweet billows roll. Whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. Sing that last part again. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul.
Before we close with the blessing, I just want to thank you for inviting me again. It's such a joy to be here with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I found a Franciscan blessing. We're familiar with St. Francis's prayers, the nice, pretty ones. This one is a little more poking at you, right? But it is attributed to St. Francis himself. May God bless you with discomfort at easy answers and half-truths and superficial relationships, so that you may live deep within your heart. May God bless you with anger at injustice, oppression, and exploitation of people, so that you may work for justice, freedom, and peace. May God bless you with tears, to shed for those who suffer pain, rejection, hunger, and war, so that you may reach out your hand to comfort them and to turn their pain to joy. And may God bless you with enough foolishness to believe that you can make a difference in the world, so that you can do what others claim cannot be done, to bring justice and kindness to all our children and poor. Amen.
This is easy, you can sing the whole thing with me. I can't be singing louder than the lies when I'm gone. I can't be singing louder than the lies when I'm gone. I can't be singing louder than the lies when I'm gone. So I guess I'll have to do it when I'm here.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that.